Assalamu alaikum, guys. Eid Mubarak. We made it to the end of Ramadan 2019. MashaAllah, Allah Mubarak. May Allah increase us all in blessings and in worship. Help us to continue good habits that we have accumulated over this month. Accept all our good deeds, fast and worship. And may Allah grant mercy and Jannatul Firdaus to anyone who has passed away during this month. So I wanted to do a short, quick little reflection just on how this Ramadan had gone for me, what things that I noticed worked for me, and what I can improve on till next Ramadan if I live to see that, In Sha Allah. Before that happens, let's do a quick little Eid fashion show. Cue the music. Halal music. La ilaha illallah. Okay. On a more serious note, I feel like this Ramadan had its highs and lows, its ups and downs. And I would say two lows were the fact that I didn't make it to the masjid much to break my fast with other people, as well as to pray Taraweh. And I think when I started practicing Islam seriously in 2012, that was one of the reasons that I was like, I really want to be Muslim, because it was just so beautiful seeing people worship all night, share their food, just this bond and connection that you can't really explain, having to do that together. And especially when you're fasting all day and sacrificing for the sake of Allah, you want others near you that are having a similar experience. But alhamdulillah, inshallah, that's something that I can hope to work on in the future. My other low would be probably that I missed more days that I have to make up than I have any other year. So that was interesting. But to turn it over to a positive note, it also became a high, because since I had to miss so many days, I was finding other ways to worship and to find ways to do good deeds. And so I really tried to connect with the Quran and the words of Allah, which that was my high, which is connecting with the Quran more than I have any other Ramadan, more than I have any in my lifetime. I will link my blog post below, because I went into more detail about my reflection, but I had basically said it was like a high, it's my high as in it's the positive side. It was a high because when you really reflect on the verses and they really resonate in your heart, it's a feeling you can't really get. My other high would be the fact that I challenged myself to post every day on my blog. That was probably the only thing that I actually dedicated and managed to do all throughout the month. I hope that anyone that read it benefited from it, because I was researching and learning about things that I hadn't necessarily learned about. And I would say 3 words to describe this Ramadan, or maybe any Ramadan, but the 3 words are discipline, gratitude, reflection. Discipline, because we really had to discipline our bodies, and I learned a lot about the fact that it's hard to discipline myself from YouTube and social media. Gratitude, because I have to realize that people lost their lives during this Ramadan. People didn't have opportunities to break their fast with proper food. There are people living in war-torn countries where it's not something to laugh about. Countries where there's basically a lot of chaos and things like that, and having to live in an environment like that must be very, very difficult. And the fact that we're abstaining from we're feeling that hunger that they feel all day, makes us definitely more appreciative of what we have. It also makes us want to give more in return, inshallah, even past Ramadan. And the last one is reflection. Just the fact that there are so many verses on charity, on death, on forgiveness, on mercy, just on so many different things that I didn't even realize or take the time to try and find out about. Verily in the remembrance of Allah do the hearts find rest. And it becomes like this little friend that, like, when you feel like you can't turn to people, or you're trying to find, like, you know, when you look up quotes to kind of like describe, or you look up music lyrics to describe what you're going through, like the Quran is exactly that and much more. So reflection was a very big deal for me. And lastly, I just want to share a poem that I wrote. It is also, again, will be more in detail on my blog post, In Sha Allah. Okay, here it goes. R. Realization. This is part of the pillar's foundation, no temporary immunization. A. Abstaining, frustrating, my inner demons baiting, they have been waiting. M. Maker, my Lord, my Allah, the Creator, lawmaker, and caretaker. A. Appreciation, for the short duration, knowing others experience starvation, think, reflect, concentration. D. Discipline, teach yourself, hold back, try to stay away from sin, that is very much the ultimate win. A. Accomplishment, whether prayer, Quran, or deed, don't need no compliment, no acknowledgement. N. Non-stop, do not let the ball drop, continue striving, chop chop. And I hope that you guys are all getting to spend Eid with those that you love, those that you cherish, that you actually get to celebrate, because, you know, as Muslims we don't really have any other holidays except for Eid al-Adha. So I hope that you were able to take some time off work, and if not, you're still able to celebrate after or on the weekend or something like that. In Sha Allah. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try and post more on my channel, and look at my blog posts for other things, and I'm on my social medias. I try and post more stuff as well. JazakAllah Khair. Alaykum. Eid Mubarak. I feel like now that Ramadan is over, I'm gonna be super cautious about drinking water or eating during the day, and be like, oh, wait, oh, I'm not fasting, it's okay. You can't even see me. Brain fart.